Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and today we're taking a look at the 2021 McLaren 765LT. Now this was unveiled in March 2020, only 765 are to be made, and yeah, if it looks somewhat familiar at the front, that is because this is based on the 720S. LT, by the way, stands for long tail, and yeah, this has had quite the overhaul over the 720S. It's got more power in terms of horsepower and torque. It weighs less. It's also 5mm lower than the 720S, and it has 25% more downforce as well, due to the likes of the big front splitter there, and the side skirts, and the deployable rear spoiler. And yeah, unfortunately we can't actually look at the engine, but it has the same 4-litre twin turbocharged V8, but it now produces 755 horsepower and 590 pounds-feet of torque, which is 45 horsepower more than the 720S, as well as 23 pounds-feet of torque extra. And like I said, it weighs less as well at 2,952 pounds, which is 176 pounds less than the 720S. So yeah, and I really like the look of this car. I've always been a fan of the LT versions of McLarens, and yeah, this is up there with the best of their looking cars in terms of overall visual impact and yeah, genuine style. So yeah, unfortunately though, it does have race harnesses, which I'm not a fan of on standard road cars, to be honest, but the rest of the interior is typically McLaren. It's all where you'd expect it to be. It's all canted to the driver, all easy to use, and yeah, very good no fuss approach, quite frankly, although it is as well equipped as you'd expect. So yeah, and yeah, still got the you know, show-offy doors, still got a decent boot, although it's got a fire extinguisher in there now as well as some form of a kit there. But yeah, still decent amount of practicality for a car that is obviously not, you know, prioritising that. What it is obviously prioritising is speed, acceleration and handling, which it does all very nicely. So yeah, let's get out onto the open road and see what this car can do. Right, here we are at the drag strip, so let's see what this car can do in terms of straight line speed. Even though with this car that does not feel like the thing that it's meant for most. It's definitely more of a handling and braking car, but as you can see, it's still no slouch in terms of acceleration or speed, for that matter of fact. So there's 170 miles an hour past the speed camera there. That is really rather nice and quick. And yeah, handling wise, it's able to deal with all of that extra power and torque, which is even more impressive when you consider the fact it's lighter as well. Because when you're lighter, you have less weight on those tyres, but because of the extra downforce, that is no issue whatsoever. So you get the benefits of no weight, but also the none of the downsides either because of the extra downforce. So yeah, right, let's get around the track, but let's first see what the stats are like. So we're in lower S2 class, and yeah, these are the stats, as you can see, all pretty damn good. Braking and handling especially are brilliant. The speed is decent, and the acceleration is better than that stat would have you believe, quite frankly, and the launch is pretty good as well for a rear-wheel drive only car with nearly 800 horsepower. So let's hoon it around this track and see just what it can do. And we'll also let you listen to it for a little bit first as well, before we talk about it some more. So yeah, let's hear what that V8 sounds like without me waffling on in the background. So yeah, overall it sounds fairly familiar to other McLarens that have had this 4-litre V8. Sounds pretty much like the 720S, but I think a little bit more highly strung, a little bit more race orientated in some ways in terms of the sound, to be honest. And yeah, it backs that noise up with its acceleration numbers. 0 to 60 in 3 seconds dead, 0 to 100 in 5.3 seconds, and it goes to a top speed of 219 miles an hour. Although I have heard in real life it's a little bit slower than the 720S because of the extra downforce and aerodynamic tweaks. But regardless, that is still a really rather quick, top speed. Whether or not it's the one in this game or in real life at 205 miles an hour. Either way, he's still easily cracking 200, and yeah, it's superb in terms of handling. It's got really good, agility. Does have some understeer at lower speeds, but once you've got that downforce going over the car, it's basically on rails in a lot of ways, and yeah, it's just it's sublime to drive. It's really, really rather satisfying. And despite having all that horsepower and only rear-wheel drive, it never really feels like it's going to step out. Although you can have some fun with it if you so wish, and it will respond kindly, but at the end of the day it will also get around the corner without any issues whatsoever in terms of rear end grip. So yeah, fantastic car really. I've always been a bigger fan of these more powerful, more exclusive McLarens over their more standardised ones like the 570S or the 620 I think it's 620S or the whichever ones. I get mixed up with all these McLaren numbers, to be honest, but basically what I'm saying is the ones that are like the Senna or the 720S or this have always been a bit more high ranking as far as I'm concerned in terms of McLarens. Granted, that means they're more exclusive than a lot more expensive, so unlikely to ever been seen or let alone drive, but they definitely do tick the magic box in terms of being a great driver's car, but also being great to look at, and even really rather nicely in terms of sound as well. So yeah, you can get this by doing the festival playlist. You only have to get 20 points, so it's easily done, especially if you've been doing some of the other aspects of the festival playlist that go across the entire season or series. So yeah, easy to get, and yeah, this is one of 2 McLarens in the current festival playlist, because obviously we also have the 620R, which is part of the car pass, and you will see a review of that soon as well. So yeah, nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you with the next one. Bye.